So tell me something, Renaldo. You got your first call up September 2023, right?
Yeah.
So you've done CONCACAF Nations League,
Yeah.
and now you got to Copa. Why? It has so big to say you got to Copa America. How do you feel that your journey as a reggae boy has been so far?
I think it starts good. I like it, you know. We have a coach and he believes in me, so I think for me it's good. You know?
Renaldo Cephas, the answer to the Jamaica Men's National Team striker problem? Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Jamaica needs a lethal striker for the 2026 World Cup campaign, and Renaldo Cephas might be the answer. But is he ready for the role? Welcome to Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Ryan Nelson, coming to you with a very important video surrounding the Jamaica Men's National Team, speaking directly to the hopes of having a striker in place that can help the national team to capitalize on its chances. And as of such, Renaldo Cephas is the player who is under the radar. The topic is, of course, Renaldo Cephas, the answer to the Jamaica Men's National Team striker problem. That's a question. From that, I will be doing a general talk about him, comparing him also with one of Jamaica's current striker. I will assess his strengths and his weaknesses, and then I will talk about should he be given the chance to play for the national team as a striking option. Of course, people, as you can see on the screen so far, Premier 7 have 1,727 subscribers. Of course, if you're new, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, then you know what to do. So currently, I am just putting across the poll that I have done on Renaldo Cephas with the question of concern. Renaldo Cephas, should he be given the opportunity to lead the line for Jamaica in the upcoming World Cup qualifiers? From that, I have received 159 voters, 64% saying sure, 13% saying I guess, and of course, 23% saying no. So in that case, we're seeing that some are saying sure and others are saying nope. From that, I received 17 likes and 13 comments. Big up to all the persons in the comment section for dropping your interest on the poll being done. And from that, people, your support is always important to the channel. So, of course, let's talk about Renaldo Cephas. Renaldo Cephas is an active player, a player at the age of 25 who currently plays in the Turkish league, known for being a speedster, known for being somebody with a lot of firepower. We understand that Cephas is a type of player who plays most of his game based on knowledge from the left hand side, but because of changes, he he's given opportunities here and there to play as a striker. And right now in the Turkish league, he's the man who is leading the line. Renaldo Cephas is doing well because it is seen then that he has been scoring goals more than any other Jamaican striker that is playing for the national team. And it is something that we can look into then to say whether or not he could be the option, because Jamaica kicks off the World Cup qualifying campaign in March of this year 2025, and the country continues to struggle in terms of getting someone on the spot who can score a goal. We know the situation of a Michael Antonio. Shamar Nicholson is in a different league in Mexico. He will need time to adjust, but when he's playing for Jamaica, we're seeing signs of strengths and weaknesses. And I think we need a striker who could be more of a finished article, a finished product that can help the team to elevate. Now, from that, my question to you right off the bat, people, do you think Shamar Nicholson, Renaldo Cephas. Out of the two, who do you think is the better option that you will use or you would go for to lead the Jamaica front line as a striker? And speaking of such, let me just bring across a comparison with both of the players right now based on statistics from the campaign of 2024 to 2025. So we're seeing here that Ronaldo Cephas and Shamar Nicholson aren't far apart based on age profile. One is 25 and one is 27. One plays in Europe and one plays in the CONCACAF region. Based on ratings so far, Renaldo Cephas 6.83, Shamar Nicholson 6.63. Not very far off. In terms of matches, we're seeing that Renaldo Cephas has outdone the man himself, Boza, 16 to 3 in terms of matches, in terms of appearances. So we can conclude by saying thus far that during that time span, Renaldo Cephas is given more opportunities to play football. As attackers, Cephas 6 goals, Nicholson 0. So, goals per game, Cephas 0.4, Nicholson 0. Are we saying then that Nicholson should not be given any chance to strike for Jamaica? Are we saying that? No, we should not be saying that because statistics doesn't say everything, but it really and truly let us know or have that chance to gauge what is best, right? Because in that case, we're also seeing then that Shamar Nicholson, in terms of minutes per game, he plays 74 minutes and Cephas play 52. So I could say then that yes, Cephas is more impactful, but Nicholson is trusted to play as a striking option in terms of playing a longer minutes based on trust and based on experience. Further, based on the comparison here, we're seeing then that based on passes, Nicholson 0, Cephas 2, assists per games, you're seeing it here, 0 for Nicholson, 0.1 for Cephas. And even in the defensive aspect of the game, we're seeing then that Cephas has made an interception or interceptions, making more tackles. But for clearance, Boza, block shot, Boza. Now, before I remove myself from this part of it, I want to look on the dribbles because we know that Cephas is better as a dribbler. The stat shows here as well that 1.237%, Cephas, Boza 0. Ground duel, Cephas outdo him, aerial duels, Boza is the man in that case. And we can understand why, because Boza is a taller player than Cephas, right? Now, one of the major strengths for Cephas, we know is a speedster, but dribbling is that thing that he's better at. He will be there amongst a Leon Bailey and a Demarai Gray. And I think in the front three, having a Cephas, Gray, and a Bailey could be a good option. But we need for somebody to lead the line. We cannot have all players doing the same thing. And I think for a coach, you would have to be very tactical and very skilled to use a false nine because Cephas and Gray could be someone who played that particular role. Now, for a weakness for Cephas, or several weaknesses for Cephas, passing, finishing crosses, and holding onto the ball. I think he's improving here and there in terms of holding onto the ball, in terms of even passes. But we will not use these details to really and truly kill the player because we're seeing that he's improving in terms of how is he playing right now in the Turkish league. And some persons would say the Turkish league is not a league to really and truly talk about a player, but we have seen it before. We have players who played for River Plate, like Alvarez before he goes to Manchester City, now in Atletico Madrid, and he's making his name be known. What I'm trying to say here is that you cannot be judgmental and say because he's playing in a certain type of league, he's not good enough. You have to see a glimpse of his brilliance, of his raw power, of his raw talent, and then you can then say, if I get a hold of this player, I can manage to improve on the skill that he needs to be better at. Ronaldo Cephas' style of play, he likes to dribble, he likes to cross, he likes to cut inside, he likes to play short passes, and he commits foul often. From that, you can then visualize the Jamaica setup because in that case, Having a dribbler like Cephas, he can bamboozle defenders with his pace. And crossing the ball will create opportunities for a striker. So if he is not the striker, then he'll play like a left wing or a right wing. Now, should Cephas play as the striker for Jamaica? He likes to cut inside. Likes to cut inside, that means he's more so accustomed to play as a left winger or a left sided forward. And if he's a striker, then it could be his angle to drift in and to strike from. That can be an issue for him and Demarai Gray if both should start. Reminds me of Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe because when those two guys play together in the earlier stage for Real Madrid, you're seeing a disconnection. So it will be of good timing or good tactics or awareness or being able to understand what your role is. If they do, they will contribute well, but if they don't, then it will cause a bad effect on the team, whereas position is of consideration. So it depends if he should play as a striker alongside a Demarai Gray. He could play a striker then if Demarai Gray isn't playing. For me, Renaldo Cephas, he have the potential to play as a striker, but he's better to me from the left hand side. Based on what I've seen about him, he looks more impactful from that angle, and it will give Jamaica that better chance to use a different striker up front. Then, if we get in a Mason Greenwood, we're gonna play against St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so why not give him a chance to show his class? Potentially, he can be that main man. But people, we never can tell, we never can know. But it is always good to give players a chance because if you don't, how will you know? So, people, what is your say surrounding the topic of importance? Renaldo Cephas, the answer to the Jamaica Men's National Team striker problem? It is for you to let me know what you think in the comment section. When you do, Premier 7 will be on board directly to reply. So, take care, goodbye, until we meet again.